Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, we have Dev Note number 14. And you guys already know Netmarble. I will say their Dev Notes, they're really good. So what I'm looking forward to in this Dev Note is number one, Expirable Suspendium. Hopefully they remove that feature out of the game. That's me personally. Number two, Rare Shinsu Whetstone. The EXP you need in order for you to level up ignition weapons. Are they going to give us a lot more, whetstone so that we can level up our ignition gear? Because it takes a long time to level up your ignition weapon. So hopefully they talk about that in this dev note. And any other things, I mean, there's so many things, but like I'll say those are like the top two things. Expirable Suspendum and Rare Shinsu Whetstone in order for us to level up our ignition weapon. Let's go ahead and read this and let's see what they got in store for us. So, number one, improvement requests for ignition weapons. While most requests have focused on improving the usability of ignition weapons, there have also been suggestions to improve the convenience of enhancement and fusion. The main idea of the usability improvement is to designate a specific teammate as manager of an ignition weapon set, allowing other teammates to borrow it and return it to the manager with a simple one-click option. Saving a preset for a particular teammate is helpful, but it's still cumbersome to quickly swap out parts, re-equip them on other characters, and then go back to fix everything piece by piece. Additionally, there are times when a weapon is removed from your PvP deck for temporary use and then forgotten, which can result in taking more damage during defense. In general, while the deck save function helps manage groups of teammates, managing both teammates and ignition weapon sets together could become a significant burden. To address these issues comprehensively, we plan to introduce a feature in the ignition weapon preset management window that allows you to return all assigned weapons to their designated manager with a single action. This enhancement will improve the convenience of managing presets. So, this right here, they're pretty much improving the ignition weapon preset feature. One of the biggest issues with the preset feature is that even though you would, equip the set on another character, when it's time for you to, put the set back on your main character who had the original set, you have to put, you have to put the set on the character that you're using it on piece by piece. It just takes too much. So it just takes too long. It takes too long. So they're pretty much improving the preset feature so that it can pretty much help players who play in arena, who's always swapping out their ignition weapon sets, because there's like a lot of people who are always quick swapping ignition gear. So this is actually pretty good for a lot of players, including me, who we constantly swap out our ignition weapon sets to put on other characters. So this is actually pretty dope. It says, along with the ongoing expansion of Master Key distribution, we are organizing an event to boost the acquisition rates for new A-rank ignition weapons. Additionally, we will be introducing a new feature that will streamline the fusion process. This feature will let you set desired options and use materials weapons to automatically adjust the tri-essence, enabling continuous attempts. So, what do they mean by continuous attempts? Like, is it going to be like, can you choose how many times you want to, like, can you do like an auto attempt where the game is going to stop once you get the ignition weapon that you, like, the main stat that you need? I don't know, but overall, this is not bad. This is actually pretty dope because this just allows us to, you know manage our ignition weapons a lot more properly, and it makes things a lot more smooth. So this is actually pretty dope. Now, moving on, we have difficulty of adventure stages and update frequency. We are fulfilling our commitment to add 5 new floors with each update to adventure stages, as promised during the last live broadcast. Additionally, we are making targeted adjustments to high failure rate segments. The August 14th update introduced a range of new growth resources and obtainable teammates in the early to mid game stages. Increased loot rewards and applied these changes retroactively. These updates have led to a more natural and balanced gameplay experience. However, this might slow down the early stages, so we are introducing a new feature called Stage Jump that allows regulars to skip multiple stages at once. More details on this feature will be provided in the main section of this dev note. So, Stage Jump. This is very interesting. So they're pretty much implementing a stage jump in adventure mode where you can pretty much skip stages and like you can skip multiple stages at once. Very interesting. The question is, are we going to get the rewards when we skip those stages? It seems like this is only going to apply to early stages, like low floors. I don't think this is going to apply to higher floors. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this stage dump feature, but we're gonna have to wait and see when they implement this in the game. And plus, they said they're gonna have more details in this dev note, so there's not a lot of information as up to right now. As a side note, the August 28th update finally marks the breakthrough of the 100th floor in the hard difficulty sections, organized into 4 stages. Battles will be expanded to 5 decks. Dang, bro, we have to use 5 teams now. That's crazy. Raising the level of challenge. We hope you can also experience a sense of achievement. We want to thank our dedicated players for their rapid progress and promise to continue delivering a fun and challenging experience. So, I'm pretty sure once you, because it says right here, the August 28th update finally marks the breakthrough of 100 floor. In the hard difficulty sections, organized into 4 stages, battles will be expanded to 5 decks. So, are they like are they going to apply the 5 decks after you reach 100 floors, or is it like once you unlock 4 decks, that's when they're going to implement the 5 decks? I don't know, but it seems like after you reach the 100 floor, like the 100th floor, that's when they're going to implement the 5 decks into your boss stages. That's my guess. Number 3, we have feedback on Hell Train Arena Season 2. Now, my biggest complaint for Hell Train Arena Season 2 is the fact that they implemented expirable suspendium in Hell Train. I did not know that they implemented expirable suspendium in Hell Train until somebody told me in the comment section in one of my videos. It's crazy, man. So hopefully they address that in this video. I mean, not video, but on this dev note. The floating island segment in Hell Train Arena Season 2 now requires winning 4 out of 5 battles, which has addressed the previous disadvantages faced by the defensive teams. The limitation on how far it can be progressed at once suggests an improved balance compared to Season 1. While we considered a system where the final winner would be determined by accumulated points, similar to the Ranker Arena point system, with different point earning rates for each rank, issues such as non-intuitive dual rankings and the lack of comeback opportunities for early top players led us to retain a format similar to Season 2. As we conclude Season 2, any further improvements identified will be incorporated into Season 3. We encourage you to continue providing us with your valuable feedback. So, unfortunately, they did not address the expirable suspendium in Hell Train Arena, but me personally, I just don't like the idea that the fact that people are participating in Hell Train Arena, once the season is over, the reward that you get is limited. That's just ridiculous. Like, it should be a resource that it's permanent in everybody's account, and you should have the opportunity to pretty much save up the suspendium that you receive from Hell Train Arena. So hopefully they remove that and they just give us just normal suspendium versus expirable suspendium. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So they didn't address that, unfortunately, but maybe this was good to other people. Now, for number 4, we have feedback on the Tower of Alliances. As the Tower of Alliances enters its 6th season with the August 28th update, we have received additional feedback. One of the points brought to our attention includes the challenge of defeating enemies equipped with overpowering ignition weapons and revolution stats, especially when they deploy teammates that specialize in defense. As a result, it leads to the fixed Shinsu flow and Shinsu link level losing their significance, and the diverse use of decks becoming more difficult. This is actually pretty good because this makes things balanced. Because I do agree that if you're going up against a well who has, insane revolution stats, like they have everything maxed out and they have insane stats from their ignition weapons, it's going to be really hard for you to defeat them. But, you know, lowering the Shinsu link level and applying the Shinsu flow, like there's like an advantage where, let's say for one fight, the enemy team, not the enemy team, but if you're using purple element allies, their crit rate is lowered to 0% and their crit damage is lowered to 0%. Basically, applying a debuff or a buff to both sides is actually pretty good. So this actually makes things a lot more balanced. We continue says some regulars have expressed dissatisfaction with not being able to capitalize on their investments, which is an area that requires careful consideration. For now, excluding a specific teammate from Shinto flow stats for each floor could be an interesting gameplay element, given that it affects both attack and defense. Wait, are they are they implementing the ban feature? You guys remember I made that video talking about them implementing live PvP where you're pretty much going up against person, like going up against another player live, like real-time PvP. Now, this isn't real-time PvP, but this is the ban feature where you can pretty much ban which teammate the enemy can't use. So this is actually pretty interesting. I told you guys, man, in their surveys, when they ask those questions, there's a reason why they're asking them. So they're pretty much giving us an option. It says excluding a specific teammate from Shinto flow stats. So, like, I don't think you can actually ban that teammate, but it seems like you can ban them from the Shinto flow stats for each floor. Very interesting. Very interesting. There have been concerns that as players move to higher floors, the stream disparity in Shinsu slots for defense decks makes gameplay more challenging for new players or those who haven't progressed much. To address this, even if the stats are relatively lacking, we believe that incorporating some form of additional buffs based on the participation of Alliance members and their proactive attempts could enhance the role of the content as a more collaborative experience. Lastly, we received a request to provide the convenience of easily assessing and using decks from Alliance members who have clear specific floors. We consider this to be a valuable suggestion and plan to incorporate it. Given the scope of the changes, we aim to implement this feature by the time of Tower of Alliance's Season 8. So, Season 8, we're going to have a lot of new changes, which is really dope. But what's really interesting to me is the excluding a specific teammate from a Shinto flow stat. That part right there is very interesting. We're just gonna have to wait and see when they implement this brand new feature in Tower of Alliances. Now, next thing we have is feedback on additional game modes. So it says there has been feedback regarding new game modes, including requests for additional content without the Shinto link adjustment, suggestions for alliance of cooperative content, separate climbing content in a family system. First, we are preparing a new climbing content called Tower Race. When concluding the stage race, as previously mentioned, this content, as the name suggests, involves tackling a separate tower with competitive elements similar to the stage race. We are aiming to release it with the fourth quarter of this year, and we hope this will address some of the requests for additional climbing content. Very interesting. So we're pretty much going to get uh brand new content, like brand new in-game content. The fact that it says separate tower is definitely not talking about, adventure mode, and it's definitely not talking about Trials of Chaos. So this is definitely interesting. It says separate tower with competitive elements similar to the stage race. Very interesting. Furthermore, after completing Adventure 134, where Zahar declared himself the king of the tower in the original webtoon, additional strategies for unlocking the sealed 135 in a more difficult mode will be introduced. Please stay tuned. So it seems like after players complete floor 134, there's going to be, like an extreme difficulty continuing on from 134 and up. So once you reach 135, once they release that, it's going to be very, very hard. So that's actually pretty dope. Because I'm pretty sure that Zahard, or Datazar, whatever his name is, I'm pretty sure the highest floor he reached was 134. 134 in the anime or manga, whatever. So that's actually pretty dope. We are currently preparing additional alliance cooperative competition content, which is scheduled for release within the fourth quarter of this year. Additionally, we are working on a family growth system and the Call of Family, a battlefield which will aim to unveil around December. So we're going to get this brand new family feature in December. Lastly, we are developing an additional PvP mode without Shinto link adjustments. Once the development plans become more concrete, we will introduce them in a future developer's note. So overall, man, this category right here, feedback on additional game modes, very, very good. We have pretty much an extreme difficulty after players complete 134, which is very, very good. And it seems like they're definitely going to implement a new in-game content that's similar to, stage race. Like it's called tower race this time. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a game mode or like it's just going to be, brand new. Like it's going to be a permanent event where you can climb in Trials of Chaos. I don't know. But it says tackling a separate tower with competitive elements similar to the stage race. So we're probably going to get a brand new game mode, like something similar to Trials of Chaos. So really excited about that. Now, next thing we have here is balance adjustments for the Underground Laboratory and Alliance Expedition. So they're going to talk about the bosses. For seasonal content like the Underground Laboratory and Alliance Expedition, we strive to introduce new enjoyment each season by coordinating balance changes with updates to other systems. Occasionally, the outcomes may not align with our intentions. We listen to feedback that has been received from various sources and do our best to respond promptly. Our approach is not solely focused on limiting maximum damage, but includes systems that allow for surpassing it. We are committed to continually enhancing the gameplay experience. We welcome your continued interest and feedback. So, this was basically about you guys remember the missing bug, and uh when I made that video talking about that Netmarble, they might ban a couple players who used her. This is exactly what they're talking about. They said our approach is not solely focused on limiting maximum damage, but includes systems that allow for surpassing it. So they're pretty much what they're saying is that they want us to use systems that they put in the game to let us deal a lot more damage. That's what they're saying. So if there's like a bug in the game, they don't want us to, they don't want us to abuse that bug. They want us to use the systems in the game that they implemented in order for us to pretty much deal more damage. So I mean, that's a solid answer overall. That's a solid answer. They didn't really, attack the actual problem. Like they didn't even address missing here. But I guess what they're saying is that they're they're basically saying that they're not focused on limiting our maximum damage. So I mean, Kaiser, like you guys really buffed the bosses so that Kaiser won't be able to deal nuclear damage. I mean, that's like one of the main reasons why they buffed the bosses, because Kaiser, she was literally maxing out damage. So I don't know, man. They didn't really tackle the situation in this, like they didn't really address the situation. All they said was, we're gonna put some systems so that you guys can surpass it, and that's it. So it is what it is. Whatever. Easing daily restrictions for the Trial of Origin. The Trial of Origin currently limits the number of floors that can be challenged each day. Given that numerous floors have now been conquered, we recognize the request to unlock more floors to conquer in a single attempt. We will work on this improvement. We have also noted your concerns about the gap in content compared to the unrestricted adventure mode. One way to address this for new servers will be to expand the number of floors available per attempt. It is important to consider the overall approach to ensure that those who have advanced don't face any inconvenience. So they're pretty much going to raise the daily cap, because I'm pretty sure for every single uh like for every single floor in Trial of Origin, it's 10 attempts in total for red element, green element, blue element, etc. It's 10 attempts in total. So they're definitely going to raise that cap, probably to 20 or 15, who knows, but they're raising the cap. Next thing we have is feedback on auto progress. The UI for auto progress will be improved in the September 11th update to ensure it does not obscure the round information in the multi-deck sections. We will try to implement conditions related to auto progress, such as not stopping auto progress during level ups. However, excluding essential guides or tutorials for triggering auto progress stops may not be feasible. We have also noted feedback regarding the desire to use the feature earlier rather than after completing stage of 436. We believe it's important to allow time for experimenting with different decks to find the most optimal ones. However, we will review whether accelerating the experience will be beneficial and make adjustments as needed. Now, next thing we have is Operation of Special Summon. So the special summon of the new teammate showcase during our first anniversary event received a lot of positive feedback. Thus, we made it available along with the release of Garam. To make collecting and growing your teammates more enjoyable, we have carefully prepared new teammate pickups and growth related events. We will also continue to work on complementing the existing pickup summons with special summons. So this is good news. This is great news because what they're saying here is that they're pretty much going to expand, different options for us to get characters, because before they implemented the special summon feature, it was just the black market and normal summons. Now we have special summons, which is actually pretty good because the maximum pity is 100 and for black market is 200. So they're pretty much making this permanent, and that is a W. So I will say special summon feature was really really good because it pretty much allows you to get an SSR plus unit like not immediately, but it gives you, and it basically increases the chances of you getting an SSR plus character, which is very very good because 200 pity is insane. So 100 pity, very very dope. A request for prior access to check the revolution specs. The revolution information for all teammates was made accessible in the codex as of the August 14th update. We will continue to promptly review and respond to the feedback we receive. Additionally, we have made operational improvements to include revolution and exclusive equipment information for new teammates in our update notices. Moreover, we are preparing a feature that allows you to check the quantities of the 3 types of revolution currencies directly in the revolution menu. Even if you do not select a specific revolution node, this feature is scheduled to be available in an update of September 11th. Very, very nice. The next thing we have is request for a costume illustration viewing feature in the game. We appreciate your interest in the costume illustrations and encourages us to know that you value the illustrations we've put a lot of effort into. However, with the increased installation size, continually adding more storage space is a challenge. We are considering features that will allow for the option to download additional viewings of the illustrations or be directed to a web page that will provide relevant information. We will work on implementing these options. So this is actually pretty good because I will say when it comes to Tower of God New World, the art in this game, it's not better than Tower of God Great Journey. The gameplay is way better, but Tower of God Great Journey, I mean, you guys see me use Tower of God Great Journey art in my thumbnails, and the reason why is because it's just better. Like the art, the designs is just so much better than Tower of God New World. So this is definitely going to be a major upgrade in terms of, you know, designs and art. So the costume illustration viewing is very, very good for the game overall. So it's gonna help me with my thumbnails. So they should definitely, work on this for sure. The next thing we have is addition of practice battles for Alliance Expedition boss battle. Yes. Yes, bro. Thank you. I've been asking for this shit for months. Thank you. Since the Alliance Expedition boss battle is a significant event with the honor of each alliance at stake, those responsible for dealing damage often experience a lot of pressure and may need to retry multiple times. To address this, we are considering introducing a practice mode. Thank you. Thank you. Like, bro, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. About damn time. Like it's literally simple. Just put a practice button and we can literally practice because when White Still Ill came in like a couple days ago before the Alliance Expedition event ended, bro, my alliance, we were all just practicing over and over again. The amount of times that everybody was retrying over and over again, it was getting annoying. So this practice mode feature is really, really good because if you're comfortable with a team, then in practice mode, you can use that team to pretty much finalize your result in your actual attempt. So the practice mode feature is just really, really good. Additionally, the main reward from Alliance Expedition, Alliance coins can now be exchanged for a variety of items in the Alliance store. We encourage you to take full advantage of this expanded selection. I hope that for the Alliance Expedition and Alliance coins, I hope that we can now buy Revolution fragments using Alliance Expedition and Alliance coins, whatever. Alliance resources, we can use Alliance resources to buy ignition weapon, not ignition weapons, but revolution fragments. That would be so dope. So can't wait to see what they're going to implement in the Alliance store. The next thing we have here is enhancing the new and returning regulars of regular events. Following the first anniversary, we conducted a survey targeting new players who recently joined and gathered a wealth of valuable feedback. Some suggestions that could be quickly implemented were partially reflected in the August 14th update, and certain enhancements were likely applied retroactively. We are committed to continuously listening to feedback and responding promptly so that new returning players and all those who are actively enjoying the game can have the most enjoyable experience possible. Next, we would like to touch on the main features that will be updated in September. Here we go. So we got September. I don't think the calendar is up yet, but I'm gonna see if the calendar is up. Then I'm gonna make another video talking about the September calendar. But the first thing we have here is stage jump feature. So we're gonna go into more details on this. It says, as mentioned in previous feedback responses, a stage jump feature will be implemented in September 11th update to help players who find the progress of early stages too slow. This feature will allow you to skip through these sections quickly. So once you clear stage 2, floor 2, stage 1, the stage jump feature will become available for use. The concept of the feature is that the guide Evan helps find shortcuts. Stage jump will show a list of hard stages on the same floor that you are likely to clear based on your combat power, and you can choose one to challenge. All stage rewards will be accumulated and granted to you, allowing for faster progression. That is very, very good. Uh, the stage jump, the stage jump is available for use up to floor 20. So I was right. So the stage jump feature is only accessible for players who are beneath floor 20. Once you pass floor 20, you won't be able to use this the stage jump feature. With this update, we hope you enjoy the excitement of a more fast-paced adventure challenge. This is actually pretty good because this pretty much gives, new players an opportunity to pretty much catch up. And the fact that you're getting rewards by using the stage jump feature is very, very nice. So this is actually pretty good. Next, we would like to introduce new teammates who will be joining the tower in September. So SSR Plus Data Kun Asensio. Okay, so this is going to be the next SSR Plus character. Let's go. So it says first we have Data Kun Asensio. I think that's how you say his name. He is a melee type warrior of yellow element with area of effect abilities. As Data being from his time as a regular, Kun Asensio serves Data Dawn and Data Mashing with great respect while residing on the secret floor. He has the typical blue hair and handsome face of the Kun family, which adds to his charm. Inheriting Adon's blood, Asensio is a naturally gifted spear bearer even as a regular. He developed his family spear's techniques into his unique style, creating the Asensio style spear technique. With his unique flying fish spear technique, Asensio attacks enemies using two independent flying fish that reduce their physical resistance. Very, very good. It says while the flying fish is present on the battlefield, his effects, his skill effects are amplified, allowing for even more powerful damage. Additionally, he can increase his own resistance and create a barrier that blocks projectiles, making him well-rounded in both survivability and tanking. With these survival skills, he is designed to bring new energy to yellow element decks, and we hope you look forward to his impact as a warrior. So we're gonna have a yellow element warrior unit for the next update, and this is what he looks like. This guy looks sick. This guy looks really, really cool. Um, very, very dope. So Asensio, his design is so nice, and his gameplay style is very similar to Kunadon. It's like lightning, very, very dope. So I like the way he looks. I like the way he looks. Now, what he can do, he has physical resistance shred. And he's able to pretty much, it says right here, he's able to create a barrier that blocks projectile attacks. So they said that he's going to be really great when it comes to tanking and survivability. So my guess is that Asensio is probably going to be like a debuffing unit that's going to have great survivability, very similar to Kunadon. Like Kunadon, he deals great damage, but he is also a pretty nice debuffing unit as well. So this is actually pretty good for Yellow Element. A tanky, debuffing damage dealing unit, and plus he's warrior. You guys already know when it comes to warrior units, Netmarble, they don't really do a good job when it comes to warrior characters. But hopefully for this unit, they change our mind. So really excited for Cincio. This guy looks he looks dope. The next unit we have is SSR Reflejo. So I knew it, man. I knew it. Reflejo is going to be the next SSR character. He's going to be Dark Shadow. Wait, it says here is Dark Shadow Reflajo, which we also introduced in the last broadcast. He is a melee type warrior of purple element with area of effect abilities. So we're gonna have two warrior characters next update. His basic attacks are designed to hit multiple targets, and the final basic attack reduces the evasion of the target by a percentage. Additionally, he absorbs shadow fragments, which increases his physical penetration and reduces the damage he takes. He is designed as a frontline debuffer bruiser. Okay. These skills will allow you to decrease the physical and magic resistance of your foes while enhancing your own stats. And you can take pleasure in suppressing enemies within range to prevent them from evading your attacks. Reflajo, a fanatical and loyal member of Fug with a troubled history with Vile, hides a sorrowful tale behind his indifferent iron mask. We encourage you to show interest in his story. In addition, his special move, which has an exceptional range, is equipped with a crowd control effect that causes enemies to be knocked into the air, delivering a gratifying blow. This guy sounds really, really good. So he's going to be a debuffing unit, and he's pretty much going to decrease physical and magic resistance from enemies. He's going to decrease their resistances, which is also pretty nice. And this is what's really interesting. It says you can take the pleasure in suppressing enemies within range to prevent them from evading your attacks. So it seems like he's going to be a unit that's going to reduce evasion. And you guys already know that the number one unit when it comes to reducing evasion was Apple. Apple was like the top, boss unit when it comes to reducing evasion. And the fact that we have Reflajo, who's going to reduce evasion, reduce physical and magic resistance, and increasing his own physical penetration, this is really good. This is actually pretty good for purple element. And his special move it says that his special move is a crowd control effect. So it's very similar to Yi Ring. So, man, this guy sounds pretty dope. He sounds pretty dope. His design, this is what he looks like. This guy looks insane. He looks so good. So, yeah, very excited for Reflajo and, of course, Kun Asensio. These two units look very, very good overall. Plus, he's purple element, so this is going to help Vivi, Joaquin. You guys already know that Joaquin, he fell off just a little bit, but maybe this is going to make, Joaquin a lot more stronger. Who knows? The evasion, decrease is actually pretty nice. So, very excited for these two characters. I knew that Reflajo was going to be SSR. I knew it. Now, continuing, it says a fall festival campaign event return and introduction of two new fall festival costumes. In celebration of the fall festival, we are rerunning last year's popular story event, the Kun Family Grand Tournament campaign. Additionally, we are preparing to make the costumes introduced during the campaign available for purchase. We are excited to provide a sneak peek of the upcoming costumes: Indigo Mist for Data Kun Asensio and Silver Lantern Festival for Data Mashni. Bro, how many skins is Data Mashni going to get, bro? We just got a swimsuit Data Mashni skin, and now we got another skin for her. I mean, I guess, but like, dude, can we get another skin for another character? We hope you'll be interested in these new costumes. I was hoping that they would give us another Kaseya skin, but Data Mashni, she's a very cracked character, so I guess this is good. But dude, look at Asensio's skin, man. This is definitely gonna be in a thumbnail. This guy looks insane. Data Kun Asensio other story. With the appearance of Kun Asensio, a long-awaited other story titled A Brother and Sister's Quest for Recognition is being released. This story follows Asensio and Mashini, who were unexpectedly expelled from Adon's palace on the secret floor as they investigate their existence and abilities as data beings. It traces their journey to establish themselves as true siblings and ultimately a true family. And this is pretty much the screenshots of the story. Now, my thing is, when are we gonna get voice acting in the story for the events? Like me personally, I just skip through the story events because there's literally no voice acting and it's just boring. Like I'm just looking at my screen. It's just, I don't know, man. They just have to implement voice acting. If not, then I don't really know. Next thing we have is new ignition weapons of Rafflesia and Alocasia and rate up event. In the September update, we will introduce two new ignition weapons for the first time since the June update. These new ignition weapons are the mystical Forest Spirit Sisters. Rafflesia the elder and Alocasia the younger sister, they represent light and darkness, sunlight and shade, and life and death. They could neither be together nor understand each other and eventually face conflict and tragedy. Rafflesia is designed to be a valuable support for teammates who possess powerful special moves but are vulnerable to status effects. On the other hand, Alocasia is intended for evasion type physical warriors and tanks, enhancing both evasion and offensive capabilities. So, I mean, this is it's pretty obvious that Alocasia is going to be perfect for a Reflajo because he is like an evasion debuffer and he is a warrior unit. And then for Rafflesia, it says uh teammates who possess powerful special moves but are vulnerable to status effects. So this is definitely going to be good for units who specialize in their special moves. So these two ignition weapons sound pretty good overall. Like they sound pretty dope. I was hoping for damage over time, but it seems like that's not going to happen. Along with the new ignition weapons, a new secret floor will be added. We are preparing an A rank ignition weapon acquisition rate up event for these ignition weapons on the respective floor, which will provide an opportunity to experience the new content more extensively during this period. Stay tuned for the new ignition weapon. So, man, this is a W, man. So it seems like we're gonna have a new secret floor event, and in this event, the chances of you getting A rank ignition weapons are pretty much boosted. So this is actually pretty good, man. This is really, really dope. Now it seems like Rafflesia and Alocasia, it seems like they're going to be the only ignition weapons involved in this rate up event. Is it Are they going to include other ignition weapons? I don't know, but this is a great start. Great start. The fact that they're pretty much boosting, the chances of you getting an A rank ignition weapon. This is very, very nice. The next thing we have is something special. 10 family event characters appear. Family head Lopobia Tremeri. I think that's how you say his name. I apologize, guys. I don't know how to say these characters' names, but since we're going to have more details on a new character. In Tower of God, a wide range of characters with intriguing backgrounds make their appearances, including the transcendent powerhouses representing a 10 family head. So these are the banners. And then it says, for instance, during the first anniversary, we introduced Great Family Yi Ring, depicted in a flashback from chapter 200 of part 3, showcasing him before he became the head of the Yeon family. They messed up right here. It's her, it's not him. This led to some feedback suggesting that her abilities as a family head differ from what was imagined. The challenge has been to create a character that truly represents the grandeur of Ten family, one that conveys the overwhelming presence and actual abilities expected of a family head. Our development team aims to introduce characters of the Ten family and other overwhelmingly strong characters of the Tower of God in a way that reflects the high expectations you have for them, distinct from the existing SSR and SSR Plus grades. However, since the original webtoon is still ongoing and many powerful characters have yet to make their major appearance, we will not be adding 10 family level characters at a rapid pace. They will be introduced less frequently compared to characters of existing tiers in accordance with the progress of the original webtoon and our update schedule. You may need to wait through longer update cycles for the characters you desire, but we will make every effort to ensure that when they do arrive, their powerful and satisfying presence will meet your expectations. The first character we are preparing as a true family head, adhering strictly to the original's works details, is Tremeri, the head of the Lopobia family. This guy looks sick, man. He looks dope. Yo, his design looks insane. So a lot of people are excited about this character. So this is actually pretty good. And the fact that they're promising us that these characters are going to be overpowered, very nice. Known as the strongest anima in the tower, he is characterized by the desire to dominate. Driven by his anima nature, he believes that all physical forms and emotions of the tower's creatures should belong to him. So is this guy a villain? He's probably a villain. He is the type who would say death is simpler than domination. To me, death is a gift to those who have lost even the value of being dominated. This reflects his ruthless nature as he has no qualms about eliminating those he deems worthless. He often regards the majority of people who do not attract his attention as bothersome pests. This high-handed attitude certainly reveals his quantities as a family head. His relationship with Gusting, the head of the Bitus? I apologize. Bitus? I don't know. Has been strained for a long time, even leading to a war in part 3. In terms of his primary summon beings, the original settings include Kraken and Cobalt. These are pretty much the panels. This looks dope, man. This looks really, really good. We have like a frog, a snake, like a octopus, squid. This looks really, really nice. We have meticulously detailed and various settings for this hidden card using all our current production capabilities to prepare it with great care. Now we'll give you a sneak peek at Tremere, who is getting ready to make his debut in Tower of God New World. After the Korean Thanksgiving holidays in September, we will have a special developers live broadcast with more details. So for now, please enjoy this teaser. Oh my gosh, this looks so good, bro. So this is a whole new rarity. I freaking knew it. So they are implementing a new rarity. Like we have SSR, SSR Plus, but now it's like we have this symbol right here. I don't know what this is, but this looks insane. So it seems like he's going to be like a support unit, which is very interesting. And he is going to be green element. Bro, this looks really, really nice, man. And this is what his art looks like. Oh my. Nah, that marble is cooking. That marble is cooking. There's no way that this is Tower of God New World. Bro, this guy looks insane. Is this his ultimate? Nah. This is what I'm talking about, bro. This guy looks good. So this is what he looks like. Tremere is currently in the final stages of development with a goal for release by the end of September. We are preparing him to fully embody the true sense of dominance expected of a family head. As the first family head to be revealed, we are also planning a variety of events, including a launch eve celebration to mark his appearance. To offer a more engaging campaign event to regulars, we are preparing a special summon for the 10th family. Additionally, we are working on the family head celebration Nonstop SSR Plus special summon, which will allow you to focus on summoning SR Plus teammates during an event. In a respective Nonstop summon, we plan to include oh my gosh. This is a W. This is a W. Among the summonable teammates, so we appreciate your interest and anticipation. Let's give a round of applause. Another Nonstop SSR Plus summon special event. Are you kidding me? So we pretty much have the opportunity to max out Kaiser. I'm telling you guys right off the bat, pick Kaiser. Like, just pick her. This unit is busted. Kaiser. This is crazy. I was not expecting for them to give us another Nonstop SSR Plus special summon event. But dude, this guy's design, man. Wow. Nah, that marble cooked here. We continue, says Labyrinth of Memories. The new event story mode Labyrinth of Memories, which was mentioned in the previous developer notes, is coming along with Tremere to meet the regulars. The Labyrinth of Memories is designed around a concept of overcoming the complexes, traumas, and nightmares that torment us in our new memories. The more challenging the complex or trauma, the greater the rewards for overcoming them. The Labyrinth of Memory stages consume stamina called threads, and they are divided into the spaces where you can engage in battles and experience the story culminating in the final boss stage known as the Thanatos stage. You can collect fragments from each stage and exchange them for various items in exchange shop. We hope you enjoy the explorable hidden stories of Tremere and experience something unique through the content Labyrinth of Memories. So this is what it looks like. And it says that this concludes the developer's notes. Since the first anniversary, we've been reflecting on the need for new experiences, and we hope that this developer's note has conveyed some of the thoughts and plans of our development team. We are diligently preparing various new teammates and content to present to you as a part of our roadmap for the second half of the year. We will continue to engage with you through our developers live broadcast in September. Thank you. Man, let's give a round of applause. Round of applause. Netmarble, good job. Now, I will say, you guys did not talk about Expirable Suspendium, which sucks, but the fact that you guys are giving us another Nonstop SR Plus special summon event, I'm going to overlook the Expirable Suspendium for now, because we can pretty much max out Kaiser for free, which is very, very dope. So, overall, how do I feel about this? I mean, Tremere, this guy looks absolutely amazing. in my opinion, the best looking SSR Plus unit in the game. And I mean, I don't even think he's SSR Plus. Like, this is like a whole new rarity. Like, it seems like the family head units are a different rarity. So, this is very, very good, man. Like, his art looks insanely clean. And of course, we have these units. We have the two brand new ignition weapons. We have Ascensio, we have Reflejo. Man, this was a banger. This was a banger dev note. They did a great job. These characters look very, very dope. And this just excites me for future updates. Like the fact that they're continuously, you know, implementing new characters, continuously improving the game. Of course, at the end of the day, in that marble, they're not perfect. They're gonna make mistakes like Expirable Suspendium, but the fact that they're continuing to, improve the game, they're listening to us. That's all that matters. So eventually, in the future, they are going to replace Expirable Suspendium. I hope, but this was really good, man. Like this right here, the Nonstop SR Plus Summon event again. Like, dude, this is such a banger. And Tremere, man, this guy just looks sick, dude. Like, oh my gosh, this character looks so freaking good. I might max him out. I don't know. This guy just looks absolutely amazing. He looks too good. Like, you guys have to like this video. This video has to reach at least 200 likes. Let's get this video up to 200 likes. Tremere looks amazing. Oh my gosh, this guy looks really good, man. But that's pretty much all we have for Dev Note number 14. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Me personally, man, this was a banger. Their Dev Notes are always bangers, but this one was insane. Whole new rarity, Nonstop SR Plus Summon event again, and we can max out Kaiser. This was a W. This was an overall W. So I'm going to end the video at that. And if they release the calendar, I'm going to make a video talking about the September calendar. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get this video up to 200 likes and make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of this month. But hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys soon. Peace.